Do you want triple the lifestyle on the same salary? Want to save an extra $3,000 per month? The answer is simple. Earn in high-income areas. Live in low-cost regions. Why does this work? This slide explains everything. It's called geographic arbitrage. Take a San Francisco engineer's salary. Let's use $10,000 per month as an example. Actual salaries vary significantly by role, experience, and company. But don't live in San Francisco. Live in Bangkok. A one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco runs around $3,000 per month. Bangkok? $1, $200. That's a $1,800 difference. Every month, that becomes your savings. This became more possible after 2020. The rise of remote work. But not everyone can do this freely. You need to find an employer that allows overseas residents or become a freelancer. And this is achievable. Find a remote-eligible position. Choose from Mexico, Portugal, Thailand, or Bali. Meet the conditions, and you can triple your lifestyle. This accelerates your path to FIRE. Today, I'll show you the math behind it. 2020 expanded the possibilities. The pandemic. The entire world was forced to experiment with remote work. What were the results? It proved viable for many roles. But let's talk reality. After 2023, Google, Meta, and Amazon all changed course. They're mandating around 3 days per week in the office. It's not complete freedom. Full remote is becoming a privilege. Until 2019, geographic arbitrage was practiced by expats and some freelancers. After 2020, it became possible for regular employees. But now, we're seeing a shift from full remote to hybrid. Job postings increasingly have restrictions like domestic residents only or specific states only. That's why success in geographic arbitrage depends on choosing the right employer. Technically, it's possible. But for legal and tax reasons, more companies are prohibiting overseas work. Employers face tax obligations based on where employees reside. So find an employer that permits overseas residence, or become a freelancer. Let me show you the numbers. San Francisco. One-bedroom apartment, median rent, around $3,000 per month. This is based on 2024-2025 data. Of course, depending on the property, it ranges from $2, $500, to over $4,000. Food? $800 per month. Eat at restaurants, and $15 to $20 per meal is normal. Transportation? $200 per month. Use Uber, and it costs even more. Total around $4,000 per month. This is your basic cost of living. Now, what about Bangkok? A quality one-bedroom apartment with pool and gym. $1, $200 per month. Depending on the property, this ranges from $800 to $1, $500. Food? $400 per month. Even eating at restaurants, $5 to $8 per meal. Transportation? $100 per month. Taxis and BTS are cheap. Total $1, $700 per month. That's a $2, $300 difference. Including other living expenses, you can save a total of $3, $300 per month. Calculate this annually. That's a $39, $600 difference. Invest this amount at 7% annually for 30 years. Without considering fees and taxes, roughly $3.7 million. Depending on assumptions, just changing locations can create a multi-million-dollar wealth gap. So where should you go? There are 4 candidates. First, Mexico City. The time difference with the U.S. is 1 to 3 hours. Remote meetings are easy. Cost of living is about 40% of San Francisco. Ideal for those working for American companies. Second, Lisbon, Portugal. Good security within the EU. But let's talk reality. Rent has been rising due to digital nomad influx. Also, in 2024, the previous tax benefits were abolished and replaced with a new system. It's still cheaper than London, but not as much as before. Third, Bangkok, Thailand. Lowest cost of living. Excellent healthcare standards. And in 2024, a groundbreaking change occurred. The introduction of the DTV visa, valid for 5 years, 180-day stays per entry. You can have legally stable long-term residence without the hassle of traditional visa renewals. This dramatically lowered the barriers to Thailand relocation. Fourth, Bali. Stunning natural environment, active entrepreneurial community. Choose from these 4. But here's what's critical. Visa requirements and tax rules change every year. Check each country's official guidance for the latest conditions. But there's a warning. Taxes. This is the biggest pitfall. If you're a U.S. citizen, your worldwide income is taxable. No matter where you live, you have reporting obligations to the IRS. Plus, you may be taxed in your country of residence. Double taxation. But there's a solution. The Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, FEIE. Use Form 2555, meet the requirements, and you can exclude up to around $120,000 of income annually from U.S. tax. This is the 2024 standard. There's also the Foreign Tax Credit. You can credit taxes paid abroad against your U.S. tax. Tax treaties also help with coordination between countries. But combining these is complex. Then there's the residency determination issue. 183 days is just one guideline. Beyond days spent, some countries determine residency based on your center of life. Country-specific verification is essential. So consult a tax advisor. Hire an international tax specialist. It costs money. But make a mistake, and you'll lose tens of thousands in penalties and back taxes. Tax minimization is legal. Strategically minimizing your tax burden is what the wealthy do constantly. But tax evasion is illegal. Get professional advice. Geographic arbitrage isn't just a savings strategy. It's about improving quality of life. Instead of living frugally in San Francisco, live abundantly in Bangkok. Eat at restaurants every day. Get a massage twice a week. The cost is $15 per session. This becomes your daily life. Mental stress also decreases. No commute. No pressure from high rent. But let's talk reality. Quality of life has different definitions for different people. You have advantages in rent burden and dining costs. But what about air pollution? Bangkok's PM 2.5 is high during certain periods. Traffic safety? Each city has its challenges. Healthcare, safety, transportation, environment. These are evaluated across multiple metrics. What are your priorities? Make that clear. One person's paradise might be another's hell. Look at the data. Check quality of life indicators for each city. Then make your choice. So how does this impact your FIRE achievement? Let's calculate. Standard FIRE strategy. Work in San Francisco. Invest $1,000 per month. After 20 years at 7% annual return, roughly $520,000. Not bad. But what happens with geographic arbitrage? Same salary, but living expenses drop by $3,000. You can invest $4,000 per month. After 20 years at 7% without considering fees and taxes, roughly around $2 million. This varies with assumptions, but the difference can reach approximately $1.48 million. This is massive. Your FIRE achievement age can advance significantly. Normally achieve at 45. With geographic arbitrage, you might achieve it at 35. 10 years of freedom. 10 years to do what you want. 10 years without needing to work. But this has conditions. Finding an employer that permits overseas residence. Obtaining a visa. Handling taxes correctly. Clear these, and just changing locations transforms your life. Now let's organize today's key points. Here's today's summary. First, expanding possibilities and constraints. The 2020 pandemic popularized remote work. Possibilities expanded. But after 2023, many companies shifted to hybrid. Full remote is becoming a privilege. So you need to find a company that permits overseas residence or become a freelancer. This determines success or failure. Second, the reality of cost reduction. San Francisco versus Bangkok. A $3,300 monthly difference is possible. That's $39,600 annually. But quality of life has different definitions for different people. Lower rent burden is attractive. But there are also challenges like air pollution and traffic safety. Clarify your priorities. Third, conditions for fire acceleration. $4,000 monthly investment can become roughly around $2 million after 20 years. This is an estimate, but there are 3 barriers. Taxes. Use FEIE and foreign tax credit correctly. Visas. New options like Thailand's DTV are emerging. Employment contracts. Find companies that permit overseas work. Clear these 3, and you can dramatically shorten your fire achievement age. Where do you live now? Did you choose that location? Or are you just trapped there? Location is a choice. But there are constraints. Understand both. Share your strategy in the comments. The relocation destination you're considering, the barriers you've overcome, your realistic questions. All of this becomes wisdom for this community. Thanks for investing your time with me today. This channel breaks down the reality of wealth building through geographic arbitrage, tax strategies, and remote work with real numbers. If you want to know both the ideal and the reality, hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Until next time, keep building.